What's working now with Pinterest? How much has that changed in terms of strategy and how to deal with that as a platform to drive traffic to your website?
I don't actually think it has changed that much in the last few years. Now, aspects of it have changed. We've got all this extra competition joining the platform now. And so that's a big consideration. Because of that, I think now more than ever, even though, 5-6 years ago, niche was still a consideration, I think that niche is still a consideration now. Your site, Chris, was like finance and self-improvement and productivity, right? Those niches. In general, those niches are harder on Pinterest because they're not visual niches. So if your ideas can be represented well by an image, you are more likely to succeed on Pinterest faster. There's certainly room for all those niches to do well on Pinterest, but it is going to be a more uphill battle, because for every 10 posts you put out, especially early on, you might find one winner. As those winners gain traction, it can kind of like snowball everything else that's happening. But that initial break into the feed can take a lot longer in those niches that aren't highly visual. And so that's a real consideration for Pinterest. Visual niches are more competitive than they were before, and people are putting out pins at a faster rate than they were before. And you need to know why your pin would win the click over that pin. And if you can't articulate that, then you're still just playing a game of luck. You really want to have a solid understanding these days of why the platform behaves the way it does, why your content may perform well or why it might not. Lastly, I would think that as Pinterest has pushed towards shopping, which is something it's been doing since 2018, 2019. When did it IPO? 2018. As they push towards becoming a shopping platform, that constantly affects the way that different keywords are treated inside the platform. And so we really need to have a hyper awareness of the kind of content we're creating and the relationship that could have, or the Pinterest could perceive that it has, with the shopping intent.
The main sort of process is still the same with Pinterest. It's gotten a little more competitive, but overall it's business as usual. But AI is making it more competitive. I would imagine that also changes your strategy of how you're creating pins. How's your strategy changed since the AI image tools have come out and become so easy to use?
So I don't use any AI image tools, and AI hasn't changed my strategy at all, other than I have recently increased my rate of pins.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Want to attract and convert more leads? Want to learn how digital PR, branding, and SEO can establish and build your brand identity? Welcome to the Market Movers Building Brands and Links with Linkifi podcast. We answer these questions and help you ramp up your brand visibility and credibility. Let's cut through the noise and make your business the talk of the town. We're your hosts, Nick and Chris. Let's get this show on the road.